You already know. So my dude wanted a mid taper, so I decided, let me go ahead and do a little tutorial for the people that, anybody out there that might want to cut hair. So, here it is. This is a little before, the after at the end, but I'm gonna need y'all boys to watch all the way through. Go ahead, hit that like, that subscribe, and go ahead, drop a little comment down below and let me know if I did my thing with that cut. You feel me? But with all that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. So with every haircut, you always want to start by brushing it down and setting the foundation for yourself. And this also helps with being able to see what you're working with and what type of fade they'll usually get. Then with my trimmers, I like to set in my ball line. I always set my ball line pretty low so I can have room to work with, just in case I chase my fade a little bit too high. And then after that, I like to come in with my no guard all the way open and create my first guideline. I usually create it very low just so I can have a little bit of room to work with. Just everybody's human, everybody make mistakes, just in case I chase that ball line too high. Then I like to come in with my one guard all the way open and just set in another guideline right above that one. I usually take this guideline pretty high on most of my fades just to knock down all the bulk at the top, or I turn my clippers upside down and just knock it all down that way. Then I like to take my no guard halfway closed and just flick out that bottom line just to soften it up a little bit. And while I'm doing that, I close the lever a little bit and at a time and just go down with my fade and just go ahead and knock out that line at the bottom. Then I like to take my half guard halfway closed and then just go ahead and soften up that line in between the 0 and the 1. And I usually go ahead and close the lever little by little as I go down just to knock out that line. Then I like to take my one guard halfway closed and then just blend everything into the top. Then right here, I like to take my half guard and halfway close it and then do what I like to call the rake method. And that's just raking down, really laying the hair down, cutting off like excess hair, like anything that don't really need to be there, just softening up the fade at the top. And then right here, I'm just taking my 0.5 and just playing with the lever, just doing some detail work, knocking down any hair that ain't really supposed to be there, cleaning up the lines in my fade and everything. And then the same thing here, just with no guard, just opening that lever all the way and just lever playing with it and knocking down any hairs that's not supposed to be there, taking out any lines that's not supposed to be there. Just detail work, really. Then it's just the same thing with the neck taper. Go in and set your ball line in again. Don't try to press down too hard. Don't turn your clippers the other way and press down, because then you'll set in a harsh guard line. And then same steps as before, just take your no guard all the way open and just set in a 1/2 inch guideline. Then you want to go ahead and take your one guard all the way open and go ahead and set in another guideline right above the no guard. Then you want to start with the no guard halfway closed and just soften that bottom line. But as you go down, just close the lever little by little. Then you want to take your half guard and go ahead and close the lever halfway and just flick out that bottom line. And as you go down, just close the lever slowly and slowly. And then, like I said before, I'll go ahead, take my half guard halfway closed, and go ahead and just do the rake method and also do a little bit of detailing while I'm doing it. Then I like to take my no guard open and just go ahead and clean up and detail and just knock down all those hairs that I see sticking out. Just cleaning up the fade little by little. And then on all my lineups, I'll go ahead and I prep the skin with alcohol just to clean the skin, draw all the skin out. And then I'll take my holding spray and hit them with a little bit of holding spray and then brush their hair down and blow dry it just to lock everything in place. And then when I start lining them, I always like to start in the middle. Most people will tell you to start from the C cups or the vertical bars, but me personally, I like to start from the middle and just work my way to each side. And then I go ahead and get started on his vertical bars and his C cups. But on this particular vertical bar, you got to be careful because they real close to the eyebrows, and you want to make sure you don't give your client an unwanted eyebrow slit. And then just same thing for the other side. Just don't want to give your client an unwanted eyebrow slit. So just be very careful, especially in corners that's really close to the eyebrow. And I don't care what anybody thinks. Yes, I use enhancements. Yes, the client want them. Did he need them? No, I already know he didn't. But he wants enhancements, so I give him enhancements. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit my butt with that razor. And one tip about using a razor, always make sure you pull the skin just so you're not cutting nobody. Because, getting cut by a razor is a really, 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 really bad feeling. And right here on this side, you gotta be real careful because just like I said last time, you know, the eyebrow real close to the vertical bar. So you kind of gotta angle the razor at a slight point or at a slight angle just so you don't cut the client and just so you can razor the hairline. But YouTube, here's the cut. If y'all fuck with the cut, man, y'all go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, man. Y'all drop them comments. Let me know if I did my thing with this one. I appreciate every single one of y'all that watched this video all the way through, and it's love.